What's going on, guys? My name is Jacob, back to a brand new video. Today I'm here for the 2012 German Grand Prix at the Hockenheim Ring for the Iceman returns, and right now you are just seeing the setup that Kimi is running with this weekend. Fairly standard. And now looking at the race strategy, one stop today, going for a normal fuel strategy as normal, and Raikkonen is putting on lap 14, I think that said, for the prime tyres. And now looking at the grid, you can see that Jensen Button qualified on pole ahead of Sebastian Vettel and Iceman doing a fantastic job. Williams qualifying in third, with Sergio Perez in fourth, and Mark Webber not having the best qualifying down in fifth, ahead of Lewis Hamilton and Roman Grosjean. Then in eighth it is Fernando Alonso, and then rounding out the top 10 it is Michael Schumacher and Kimi Kobayashi. So obviously Raikkonen didn't have the best qualifying, obviously qualifying down in last place. He obviously didn't have the best qualifying. Nico Rosberg didn't either, qualifying down in 13th. And Felipe Massa, again, not the best qualifying down in 16th. So it seems like Raikkonen, Rosberg and Massa don't get the best qualifying, or aren't having the best qualifying lately. But nevertheless, now let's go on to the grid, the German Grand Prix. So here we are looking at the grid. You see at the front on pole, and then is Raikkonen's teammate Roman Grosjean, I believe, qualifying down in 7th place, and up in 7th place. It is Kimi Raikkonen qualifying down in 24th. Obviously last place again, not the best qualifying, but you can see as Karthikeyan and Petrov with Pick in 21st, and now it's 5 lights since lights out and away we go, and Raikkonen gets a very good start, already getting ahead of Narian Karthikeyan, moving up into 23rd place and coming up into the first corner. Again, Pedro De Rosa gets in the way, just like he did in Canada, and now Raikkonen moves up in 22nd after passing Charles Pick, and now gets past De Rosa as well, and it's Carbon Fibre Party up ahead. Lots of carbon fibre there, and then Raikkonen moves, and then Raikkonen taps. I believe that was I think it was Williams. I can't exactly remember. But now Raikkonen is up in 13th, and now next one is this Felipe Massa, and he's using his curves. He swoops around the outside, and it is Raikkonen up into 12th place already on the first lap before the end of the first sector. No, before the end of the second sector, and now goes up the inside of Bruno Senna, gets the pass done. A little tap on Rosberg on the way out, but now Raikkonen is up into 11th place, one place outside of the point, and now comes through the 60th corner. You don't lift, and it looks like he might go up in, and he's obviously catching Nico Rosberg. Raikkonen seems very quick at this stage of the race at the beginning. All 24 cars are still in the race, but I don't know if it ends like that by the end of the race. But Raikkonen is really on it. He turned a bit too early and let Senna maybe have a look, but that was not available. And it obviously wasn't at Williams, because Pastor qualified up in 3rd, and Senna is now behind us, only in 12th place. But now as we're coming around the final 2 corners, a little bit early again from Kimi, but now someone has actually pulled into the pits, so that puts Raikkonen up into 10th place, and now coming into the first corner, Raikkonen sweeps around the outside of Nico Rosberg and Kimi Kobayashi to move up into 8th place. And next up on his hit list is actually his teammate Roman Grosjean, as Raikkonen runs a little bit wide, and I think he just misjudged his brake point a bit, but nevertheless that hasn't really hindered him as he goes purple. And now on to lap 3, you can see that Raikkonen is very, very quick down the straight line, and he is now much closer to his teammate and obviously the other drivers around him. Raikkonen's now used to all his curves, and he goes up around the outside of his teammate, and he looks up the inside of Mark Webber, but couldn't get past, and Raikkonen has moved up now into 7th place ahead of his teammate Grosjean, who is now in 8th place, and now coming through this fast 4K corner, shifting into 5th, and then coming down here, Raikkonen's up in, of course, in 7th, and he's so close. He's so close to Webber and so much faster, and I think he might go for a move around the outside, or up the inside in the final corner. No, he doesn't, but coming around the final corner he gets a very good run and gets in the slipstream of Mark Webber as they enter lap 4. Another first corner he sweeps around Mark Webber, and then he gets an excellent exit and goes up and gets past Sergio Perez with ease. And next up is Pastor Maldonado in the Williams, as now we are moving on to lap 5, the very next lap through the first corner. Raikkonen is very, very quick, and you can see that the car ahead is Pastor Maldonado as Jensen Button sets fast up on a 120.402, and you can see that Kimi is closing on Maldonado very fast, and through here is actually less than a second, well actually he's a second, so now he just uses his curves all the way down, just over half as they are coming up to the hairpin, up in 7th gear, and Raikkonen looks so quick at the moment, and now it goes up the inside, and now he gets very close to Maldonado, and then gets a fantastic exit and uses the rest of his curves to go up the inside. Next up is the McLaren of Lewis Hamilton as we are coming around the final few corners in sector 3. Obviously the Hockenheim circuit did used to be different, but it changed. I believe it changed in 2004, 2005. I could be completely wrong, or maybe in 2003. But it did change around those years, and they've driven around it still with this layout ever since. But Kimi, you can see now, is very close to Lewis Hamilton, and he is now coming around the final corner. He's up in 4th gear, and he actually runs wide and nearly loses the car, but he doesn't actually lose a place. He maintains 4th place, as it looks like Maldonado was going to have a look, but that wasn't going to work. And so now we are on to lap 7, and the very next lap, Raikkonen has caught all the way up to Lewis Hamilton again, and Roman Grosjean has moved up into 5th place, and we're at the same section again, and I don't think that Kimi will run wide this time, as he is now coming around the final 3 corners, double right-hander, and he doesn't, but he does get very close to the gravel, but didn't make the same mistakes last time. Now it's a new personal best of 120.6, and into the first one, 4th gear, he goes around the outside of Lewis Hamilton, moves up into 3rd place for the German Grand Prix, and Sebastian Vettel actually leads the Grand Prix, so that next on Raikkonen's hit list is going to be Lewis Hamilton's teammate in the other McLaren, Jenson Button. And now on to lap 14, so quite long afterwards. Raikkonen is in 3rd, still Button still in 2nd, Vettel still leads with Lewis Hamilton in 4th, and Kimi pulls into the pit, nearly running into the gap, actually nearly losing his front wing as he comes into the pits, but coming into the pits, obviously that means Roman Grosjean now has been promoted up to 4th place, as Raikkonen now enters his pit box, and on go the prime tyres, and it's fairly slick pit stop, with the pit stop being 3.3 seconds, so not too bad but from the Lotus team. But Raikkonen now goes back up into the Richmonds, and he rejoins onto the track in 7th place ahead of Kimi Kobayashi and behind Sergio Perez on lap 15, and that's his only pit stop. And now on lap 25, 10 laps later, he's caught up to Sebastian Vettel. The car you see ahead is in fact Sebastian Vettel. So he's got up to Sebastian Vettel and got within a second, and he's in the process. He's also managed to pull out a 13-second gap on Lewis Hamilton. You can see nearly 18 seconds, 13.7 seconds, and Raikkonen now has the DRS, and he uses some of his curves, over half his curves, and now hitting the rev limiter at 195 miles per hour, going down straight and up into there. He goes at the inside. He went to the outside of Vettel, and then he has to go to the inside of De La Rosa, and surprisingly, he was actually able to make the pass done with just a little tap onto on Pedro De La Rosa, and 23 cars now in the race, as now we are coming on to the final lap. Jenson Button was 8 seconds above, and Raikkonen crosses the line in 2nd place. He wasn't able to catch Jenson Button today, but now we are going to go to some team radio.
Great comeback, Kimi. 24th a second. Great job.
So team radio there from Kimi Raikkonen. Obviously, very good job. And now looking at race results, you can see Jenson Button won the race with Kimi Raikkonen coming up from 24th to 2nd, with Sebastian Vettel rounding out the top 3 at his home Grand Prix. Lewis Hamilton finishing 4th ahead of Raikkonen's teammate Roman Grosjean in 5th, with Mark Webber in 6th. Sergio Perez and Kimi Kobayashi and Susie Albers in 7th place, with the two Mercedes behind them rounding out the points in 9th and 10th. And obviously Jean Byrne in 11th and Paul Dresser in 12th. Paul Dresser did a very good job coming up from 17th to finish in 12th place. And now as we are going to look further down, you see Felipe Massa finished in 13th after qualifying 16th, with Daniel Ricciardo moving up 1 place from 15th to finish 14th. Bruno Senna finished down to 15th, with Fernando Alonso qualified 8th, finishing in 16th, with then Nico Rosberg finishing 17th, Heiko Kovalainen, and then normal teams with Passman finishing. Now looking at driver standings, Jenson Button won the race ahead of Jenson Button now leads the championship ahead of Lewis Hamilton and Mark Webber in 3rd, Fernando Alonso in 4th, Raikkonen in 5th, and then Sebastian Vettel in 6th with Roman Grosjean in 7th. Sergio Perez is 8th, and then rounding out the top 10 is Michael Schumacher and Pastor Maldonado. Onto the Constructors' Championship, McLaren still lead the way with a massive points lead, a 79 points lead ahead of Red Bull, and then is Lotus still in 3rd with Ferrari in 4th, and then it is Sauber, Mercedes and Williams forcing the Toros the last point choice, The teams yet to score are still the 3 newest teams, Russia, Caterham and HT. But that's it for me. If you did enjoy this video, please give it a big like, comment down below what you thought, subscribe if you are new for weekly F1 content. You can follow me on Twitter at @Petrid_. As always, there's a link down in the description. That's been it from me, and I'll see you next time.